for kind of quite a while into my career. But a pivotal moment was when I was representing West Australia country in like, I want to say it was an under 16s at that time. And we were in like the lowest division of our grade because we just didn't have the cattle to compete against the bigger country towns. So I guess all-star scouts who were making the decisions for all-stars and those selections never really came and watched our games. But one of our managers of the team, she and this to me was a big pivotal moment because she literally went to the office and busted in and wasn't going to leave until they actually came down to one of our games so that they could specifically watch me play. And it was then that I then got picked in the all-star team for that particular year. And so I think that was a pivotal moment, and it took someone to kind of get the attention of the administration to come and watch this player. So that was pivotal because that kind of like seemed to then put me in a in a different limelight, I guess. So I was being looked at more. The Institute of Sport, West Australian Institute of Sport Scholarship was huge because at that particular time there was a lot of travel back and forth to Perth. So Merridin to Perth was a 6-hour round trip, and sometimes we did that 8 weeks consecutively, leading up to a particular tournament. So and my folks were very modest earners. My dad was a farmer, inconsistent incomes and stuff like that, so it put a bit of a pressure on them financially, but this helped a lot, and so did the community of Merridin. They held cake stalls, raffles, you name it, to also help fund for my trips overseas to the eastern states, and then ultimately a trip overseas to America for my first overseas trip with an under 20 West Australian team. So those pivotal moments, I feel like, really helped me get to the stage of being involved with the national women's team, the Perth Breakers, back at that particular time. So those were the big moments to get me there. I couldn't match some players for athleticism. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But what I could do is I could use my smarts and use my reading of the game to counter, their strengths. And that's where I think where I kind of was able to maintain my ability to have an extended career in the WNBA was play the defense that I knew, use my smarts when it came to my opponents, but also, like I said, just playing the roles that I was asked to play, because I was never going to be the star of a team. And that's the reality of it. And so I just played my role to the best of my abilities, and you can make a huge career out of doing that. And I always carried my Vegemite around, so a lot of people got to share the taste of Vegemite, and let's just say 99% of my teammates did not like. And I thought they were going to throw up. It was a fun sight to see. So Australia Day, Anzac Day, anything that celebrated back home, I would always make sure to kind of like do something here. And you'll find especially in America, like there's pockets of Australians all around the place. So you can join groups of these Australians and kind of get together on those special days and stuff. So, but we make meat pies and, it'll try and do the pavlovas and that to make sure that, people are kind of like getting introduced to what I'm used to back home. And although Foster's is definitely not one that's the one thing that I do not partake in or offer to anybody else.